What brought me into real estate? This girl right here brought me into real estate.
True story.
So 20 years ago, actually, our daughters were best friends in elementary school. And I was working in a job that was pretty physical. And I was at a birthday party at Donna Jo's house for her daughter, Taylor. Yeah. And she said, Amy, I think you'd be really good in real estate. And at the time, I didn't know she was the recruiter, but I said, never thought about that. And the rest is history, I guess, now.
But that's because I saw something in you, you know. I was just like, you would be really good in sales. And also, you're working really hard, and you had those beautiful children, and you were raising them by yourself. And I was like, if you could just put the energy you put into that, into real estate, you would kill it. I think it was like 6 months later, she was like one of my top agents. Totally. Yeah. But we had a friendship growing up a little bit.
Oh,
high school.
Yeah, we did.
We were friends in high school.
We danced together.
Dance team. Sometimes you put that lovely split picture on Facebook.
It's a good one.
No.
So I'm very grateful to you.
Thank you.
Whatever you saw in me, I'm super grateful because it's been a great career.
Yeah. So far.
Let's
see if you want to get better. Yeah. So my real estate career started by accident. I needed a job, and somebody needed an assistant, so I ended up working in a top agent's office up in Oak Harbor, Washington. And I had no idea what MLS was or why people would share commissions and that kind of thing. That was in 1992. And so she sent me to real estate school.
Baby Donna.
Yeah, I literally was a baby. I think it was 21. I just had Holly. She was
barely
2.
21.
Yeah. So that happened. I started licensing school up in Washington, and then halfway through that, my husband at the time got orders to Japan. So came back home in Holmes, Albany, Oregon, where I knew you, and grew up there since I was 5. So my mom knew a lot of real estate agents because she was a waitress, and she talked to some customers and said, my daughter's moving down. She works in a real estate office. She needs a job. And so I got started at Coldwell Banker, working there to support. We opened our third office there, and then.
So who did Betty tell that to? Do you remember?
I think it was Sharon Davis. Yeah, but not the Sharon Davis that's in Corvallis. It was somebody who used to work at Coldwell Banker. She said we're opening a new office. We need an office manager, and so I got there, and then 4 years later, they said we need to get you a license. So I did. I've been in all the positions at our company. I started managing in 2001. I didn't get to actually go into sales for very long. After I made that, I sat with my license for a few years, woke up one day and said I need to sell real estate because I can make more money and be more in charge of my future and investments and things. And so I did that. And it wasn't too long after that they called me back into management. So I got to do that still. But the reason I love it is because I really get to help agents. I loved helping buyers and sellers, absolutely, and I still do. But there's something about helping agents, especially brand new agents. That's my favorite. They're like from the infancy stages of pre-licensing to teaching them how to sell real estate. Because as we all know, the pre-licensing school does not teach you how to sell real estate.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about some of the agents that you helped from infancy and how successful some of them are now and the careers they built. And
so 20-some years later.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
So I started in management in 2008, and at the time I was just a brand new baby principal broker, and Coldwell Banker's rule for principal brokers was that we weren't competing. We were simply there to help the other brokers and review documents and
manage the office.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I started, but it was I was very green, and the transactions that I had, the majority of them at the time had been new construction. So
that was your majority of experience at that time in your career. Yeah.
And so it was a hurdle for me to try to manage these seasoned brokers. I mean, some of the brokers we had in the office had been selling real estate since I was a baby, pretty much. So it was hard for them, I think, to see me in that role, and it was hard for me to see myself in that role. So then we went through the downturn in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It took a while.
And I mean, those were some rough years. And during that time, it was during that time that I went back into sales. I guess not really full time, but
Right.
Much of the time. And I got a lot of really good experience that way. And since then, I said I wasn't going to stop selling because I feel like my role as the managing broker has been enriched by the sales experience. So now when my brokers come and have questions for me about transactions or just hiccups in their transactions, I have real life experience that I can share with them and help them through those transactions. So, you know, maybe some brokers in other offices will use this as a recruiting tool against us by saying, oh, your broker competes with you. But I don't see it that way. I think everybody relates with people differently, and you have your own relationships.
Right.
And I think that I can add more to the team as a whole with the transactions that I bring into the business and to the office, and I can help elevate the brokers in my office just from my own experiences.